They ain't gotta see my pretty face.
They can just look at the beautiful Alchemist.
We already know that this is about a build. This ain't about, image is one thing. We gonna get down to all of that. We can get down to that in the words. But yeah, man, I'm with my cousin, Ty the Alchemist today. We just been doing some building here lately, expounding upon the movement of the celestial bodies and how it's affecting things here on the physical plane. How we got another change in a transition that's coming through. Big waves
in the planet.
People getting washed under the current. People adapting to it
and flunked out.
Yeah, it's happening both ways, and shit is happening fast. There's a lot of big moves happening in the reality. We just been sitting here rapping about it a little bit of it. But man, Ty, tell the people about yourself, man. Just where can they find you at, man? We gotta do that one time before we even get into the.
That's the weed hitting. Sorry, God.
Man.
But like Cuz said, I am the greatest cousin of all time. My name is Ty, the motherfucking Alchemist. That is TYTHAALCHEMIST, nigga.
Man.
And I'm gonna tell you why I'm an alchemist, because I fucking alchemize and transmute all this shit to where this shit is like fucking calculus, damn it. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
But
we working with balance.
Balance.
Man, we working with the law of equivalency, and this is what we really seeing happen in the reality. We seeing a lot of volatile forces that have been active in the plane for a while, and now we're seeing them come to a head. We're seeing things clash. We're seeing forces come together and harmonize. And through this harmonization, man, we seeing that a lot of ugly ass outcomes. There's been some shit happening here lately, and it just seems like unfortunate situations for people. But really, what we're doing now is reaping what we sowing, man. We about to go into this new motherfucking moon.
Sorry, it's poetry habit. I can't. Don't mind me.
It's all good. We got to snap. Look, snap.
Straight up. Snap. Yeah, you can clap. You can clap. You can finger. You can snap, or you can clap, or you can tap. Whichever is your. Yeah. You know?
Tapping and slapping and clapping.
Yeah.
That sound like some. This nigga nasty. You nasty bitch. Hey. Shout out to the living room one time, man. But yeah, man, that's what we really gonna talk about, because as far as all the chaos that's happening in the reality, we gotta come with solutions, and that's what we're here to talk about today. It's what we have to offer.
When it comes to black folk, like we need to come up with solutions economically and not voting. We gotta. Not saying that politics isn't important, but when it comes to politics, y'all need to understand the etymology with words and shit, and understand what y'all speaking and the power of words. Politics, if you break it down in policy, that's pretty much all it is. Because when you voting and going to the polls and shit, y'all voting to put certain motherfuckers in so they can implement whatever policies who they want to benefit or whatever. But you got to understand, you got to be able to read between the lines and identify these broad and ambiguous terms they use to refer to other groups of people instead of blacks.
Man.
But policy means policy, and the only place that we can implement any form of permanent policy is at the house. So it all starts at home, just like it starts with self. And that's what motherfuckers need to be understanding. Like, if I was to come to a motherfucker and be like, yo, y'all talking about Black Lives Matter, who do we matter to? They don't, of course they matter, but they have to matter to us first in order for us to matter to anybody else. If a motherfucker was to get offended by that, walk away in the conversation.
Man, that's what I was just about to say.
That
you speaking some brave shit right there, brother, because
like
some people can't take that message what you just said right there.
Because real shit, because that's how it is. Like, if you was to get mad, then that further asks the question, who do we matter to then? Like, what the fuck?
You gotta examine that.
This is common sense. Like,
for that to even strike your ego.
Like,
damn, you must have created or advocated for this agenda based off of the thesis that a part of you feels like you don't matter. So you would have to attach to this. Consciously, in the reality is showing you that subconsciously part of yourself feels like you don't matter. So hell yeah, you would jump on a bandwagon with something that's trying to say the black man.
Shit, talking about I'm woke. Take your woke ass to sleep.
Man, real motherfucking talk. But see, with that being said, this is where sovereignty really comes in. It's like we got to have solutions in this reality, ways to pull ourselves out of these pitfalls that have already been placed. This shit's been in the work before a lot of niggas was even born. Mm-hmm. Everything that's happening now has worked up to this point based off of prior events, prior, really, in the way jurisdiction goes, prior court cases. Certain things have happened to move the law into this position that people are in. And now what we're doing is protecting very delicate, uncomfortable emotions that really belong to privacy. Some of this shit, like sexual orientation, the way people feel about God and culture, these things are oral tradition in the tribal sense of it. Mm-hmm. So they're sacred. They don't run hand in hand with law. When it gets into all that with Islam, and when you see non-secular beliefs and all of that clash into law, like that comes along later with indoctrination. So we got to really see that a lot of the things that they have everybody's feelings wrapped up in, this is private shit that you shouldn't even be concerned about. We got our
own issues as a people to focus on.
Straight up.
And it's not like I was saying, it's not to say that it's not important, but we need to figure out what we got going on with ourselves and get ourselves and our homes together before we worry about being taken serious in a political sense.
Straight up, man. And then it's like, when we come back to the political table, now we'll be coming with values opposed to fighting over how we should be able to have sex with anybody that we want, or how we should be able to not be beat up because of the color of our skin,
or how trans people are this so-called gender that they're trying to transform into, or whatever the fuck. But
it's like politics, that shit is remedial ass shit, and it shouldn't be used for that. We should be really advocating for financial freedom for our people, because if we were stepping into that ramification of politics, then we would actually be sitting at the table that these motherfuckers want us to sit at.
Since niggas don't read, I'm gonna put y'all niggas on.
That'll make some shit matter.
Read a motherfucking Black History reader by Dr. Claude Ennis, and this is 101 questions that your black ass might have never thought to ask in the damn class, because your ass was just too distracted or whatever the hell. But this is written by the OG Dr. Claude Anderson, one of the last OG standing in terms of fighting for black folk. And he's right on the money with it. Because after 400 plus years of slavery, we own and control absolutely nothing. Now we on the road to going extinct and being off the face of the earth.
And see, I wouldn't go as far as to say that, family, because we know that the Afro-Asiatic of the diaspora is a worldwide family. But what is happening is we are becoming extinct from the market. We are becoming extinct from the industrial complex. We are becoming extinct from the economical, political agenda. We're not being present in the places where we need to be the most for our people. Mm-hmm. So black is always going to be here. But the state and the condition, the status of black, what does that mean? That means what we're putting into it. If we're out here, you know, just fucking, I don't know, Gucci bagging and box braiding and motherfucking ganging our way into the future, then we gonna be just as lost in a time where we're supposed to be free than we were in the motherfucking beginning of slavery. It ain't no damn difference. If you don't have no control of your destiny, you may as well be extinct because you live in a life that isn't life. For real. So we got to get back in control of our vehicle. And that means getting back in control of the mind, body, and spirit as a complex totality. We got to see that each have different needs. Your spirit is looking for some gratification in this reality, and that is a different form of gratification that your body's looking for, and that is a different gratification that your mind is looking for. You people have been subjugated to motherfucking material worship. So you are all body, no mind, no spirit. Everybody want to be like they woke and this shit. You niggas aren't spiritual people. Y'all done left y'all spirit behind for this material shit. So what's going to be happening is you're going to be materially controlled as a possession or a property or a product until you get your motherfucking spiritual fluidity back. And that's really being mentally aware of the situations and circumstances that you place yourself in. That's being self-aware. That's being responsible for what you're bringing to the table and what you're taking away. And the only way you can do that is to have a system of values and morals.
Thank you.
Like, you ain't going to be able to do it any other kind of way.
And the system that we follow, it's a lost value system. It hasn't worked. It's a lost value system, like you said, based upon materialism. We put wealth over our family value, our spiritual value.
And that's the real wealth.
Yeah.
Because you can't replace an individual. You can't replace an individual. Money gonna come and go.
Oh, yeah.
You motherfuckers don't realize that. The only way you're gonna make money is to make it come and go. People be trying to hold on to whatever this and that little scraps. You niggas ain't saving no fucking money, bro. Because you realize if you save money, it's by investing it. As long as you put in the money back in a place where it's gonna continually reproduce itself, where it's gonna eventually work for itself. You wanna make your money be able to work for itself. If it's sitting in one spot in a bank account, it ain't doing fucking shit. You ain't doing nothing but collecting fucking dust, collecting interest. And then as time is going on, you see how much more expensive everything is becoming. You seeing a double in a 100% increase in the price of some commodities. And then at the lowest, you seeing, 25, 33% increase on commodities starting the quarter of this year. So for it to go up that much in the past 2 or 3 years, to see a 25 to 33% increase in this previous quarter, and then in the past 2 or 3 years to see some commodities double, you're seeing where your economy's heading. Y'all want to keep spending money on fucking fuck shit, on some old bullshit that's not growing in value, that's deteriorating as you use it more and more, that's outdating itself as the new technology comes out. Y'all be quick to get the new iPhones, quick to get the new J's. Man, what have you ever looked at any of these motherfucking, because J's ain't necessarily about bad investment, but if you looked at it as an investment, you would get a certain pair of Jordans, look at it on StockX, and then wait till it sells at a certain point and resell it. You didn't never wear the shoe. You got it for the sole purpose of buying it and getting a return on your investment, ROI. Niggas ain't thinking like that. They not thinking like, how can I spend my money to make more money? You only do that with dope and silly ass shit. And then, you'll blow that. You'll blow the bag. So that don't matter neither. You gotta put your money into something
like
that lasts.
Future. I blew a bag today. Look,
I'm trying to tell you, that nigga Young Thug holler about I blow a bag on my bitches. Like, yeah, he's telling you he's a trick. And then you niggas who ain't got no money think it's cool. Y'all think y'all can go and do what Young Thug do. Y'all can't.
Stop cooning, man.
I'm gonna tell you what. The terminology cooning is being overused right now. But I advocate for free will. And I will say this, Wildcard gonna tell you. A lot of you quote unquote woke motherfuckers hate hearing the word coon. I don't really like it that much either. But I'm gonna tell you this. If everybody's saying it that much, too much of it's going on. Too much of it's going on for niggas to just be able to say it at the drop of a dime, like this and that and here and there. You niggas is doing it too much. I'm not gonna keep on advocating for the word, but I advocate for free will. And if people's gonna call each other that, then somebody need to stop doing it. If y'all don't like it, cut it out. Cut it out. We gotta do better for ourselves. Because at the end of the day, that's all we got is us. That's all we got is us. And that's what's got us in the place that we've gotten to, is that we've left ourselves behind. From materialism, we've left our families behind. We've left our men and our women behind. Either sex has left each other behind for some motherfucking to go to sleep. So you can be, draped up, dripped out, perked up, all that shit. You niggas want to be on all the designer drugs, have all the designer clothes on. Y'all just a designer, y'all just branded. Y'all just out here branding.
All that cooning.
And then when you brand it, you're easier to track. Because think about what the brand means, what it symbolizes. A symbol in itself gave you distinctions of tribal awareness. So now y'all have taken all y'all tribal awareness, such as symbologies, and made them brands. Y'all have taken all of y'all tribal awareness, which was the vanity and the decoration and the coloring of different beads and accessories, and y'all have made that designer and Gucci and motherfucking makeup and vanity and wigs. We used to be able to identify each other tribally based off of the type of hair that we had, the type of clothing that we had, the type of face painting that we had. All of you all have identified yourself under one sleep ass Walking Dead that I can't even call tribe no more. This shit is silly as hell. You niggas are inorganic. Y'all smell like motherfucking hot Cheetos.
Fish and cornbread.
And a motherfucking hot cone.
And dip with some corn juice. Mixed with chitlins, ham hocks, and cheese sticks.
But really, man, like, you know, we can be the motherfucking, we can be the coon that white people love to laugh at, and the woke people make fun of, or we can go ahead and find our uniqueness and see what this shit was all about to begin with. Because black is light condensed into itself, the full spectrum of light, all colors condensed into itself. So black is everything and nothing at all. It can't truly be identified. This is why you can hear a nigga speak motherfucking Igbo. You can hear a Yoruba nigga in Nigeria. You can hear a nigga in New Orleans. You can hear a nigga in New York, and you know all of it's black. You wouldn't have to see their faces necessarily to know that they're black people speaking to you. Mm-hmm. They're different from different places. Some of them speak different languages, but we know black when we hear it. We know swag when we hear it. We know appeal when we hear it. And we know really the latent African spiritual mindset when we hear it. Because it's like, no matter how how much you niggas go to sleep, the melanin inhibits the reality that we're experiencing. So it is the highest form of spiritual alchemy to offer in the reality. No matter how perverted it is, no matter how retarded hip hop gets, no matter how motherfucking sleep you niggas magic becomes, it's gonna be what's worship. So that's the direction that the world is gonna be headed into. So we can go into a deeper nuclear fog, a deeper post-apocalyptic abduction, which this is really what this is. If we consider everything that you niggas worship Kemet to be, if we consider everything that you niggas say the greatness y'all came from, we're in the middle of the nuclear fog, the fallout of your greatness. That's why they got so many motherfucking post-apocalyptic TV shows on Netflix and on motherfucking the movies dropping motherfucking futuristic apartheid worlds where half of the human population, yeah, all of that. Interstellar, The 100, The Walking Dead, C, it goes on and on. All these shows, all these different companies, they got a version of the motherfucking new world, and they giving you a symbolism of the role that niggas is to play in it, or what melanin is to play in it. And then we want to talk about woke, because we sitting here and watching these motherfucking white folks hang this motherfucking knowledge that was yours over your face just to be a sheep and a wolf hidden in sheep's clothing, for you to not be able to see the forest for the trees. How it be right in front of y'all's face. And what we about to do? We about to re-recognize the Emerald Tablets. We about to re-recognize the Amduat. We about to re-recognize the Egyptian Book of the Dead, the Tibetan Book of the Dead. All of these hieroglyphic texts remixed into Marvel Comics just for you niggas to worship Marvel Comics and not realize that y'all really seeing y'all's ancient Kemetic arts being refolded and remixed in front of your eyes just for you to worship it. That's not what your ancestors did with this. They used it to transform themselves. They used it to transcend their physical reality to make an as above, so below connection with the spiritual truth. The physical reality being a correlation of the spiritual truth. We didn't worship no. Any motherfucking god or goddess from the Egyptian, Sumerian, so on and so forth pantheon, the Vedics. It don't matter what you talking about. If you talking anytime BC, these niggas was not worshiping God.
Man.
They were using these gods and goddesses as nodes, as archetypes, as symbols, as organs, as archons, as tones, chakras in the body, in the mind. They understood it to be a principle of mind, or an emotional center, a willpower for navigation through the physical reality that you're experiencing to be the infinite mind. We got to really see what we working with. So we can't call ourselves black and then we sitting up here looking for some fucking savior, because our ancestors never did that. They understood that everything that they had was in the life that they were recording, and that is what that they could give.
They didn't have no religion.
That is what they could give to the next generation and inherit that generation's uniqueness to further add to and emphasize the great Kemetic art, which is alchemy. We always knew that it was alchemy. And then we didn't have to know before we knew. And what I mean by that is, how long did Africa go with no motherfucking written documentation of civilization? No written documentation of our existence. Even if it wasn't a civilization, in just nomadic form. We've always been, but we haven't always recorded. In our record was the fallout. That was the beginning of the fallout. And you got to recognize that to be what it is, because you niggas is still trying to decode that shit 6,000 years later. It's for real.
Lost a 2,000-year-old argument.
Man.
And then coming up with conclusions on how lost both of y'all is on.
And the only reason it's a 2,000-year-old argument is because what was 6,000 or 8,000 years old has been depicted by the Europeans.
The Bible is.
Exactly. So it's been, your shit has been Europeanized and remixed. So now you only getting a 2,000-year-old interpretation of what has been on for eons and eons and eons. It's lostness because, once again, it was once your spiritual mindset. This wasn't anything to be worshiped. It wasn't nothing to be played with.
It was something you knew to be practical with.
Practical.
Practice.
For you to, man.
Like,
it was a way of life.
It came natural to your dumb ass.
And it was a way of life for thousands of years. Not uninterrupted. Because the more it got interrupted, the more it got remixed. Until eventually you get this 2,000-year-old argument.
And then you got, and like you said, more to where niggas want to be Moors and shit and all this. And you got Moors and Hebrew Negro lights.
See,
I like to call them Negro lights.
I can't even bang on none of that. Because what I'm going to say is there's a little bit of truth to all of it. There's more reality to your fiction and more fiction to your reality. The thing of it is, you can do a terrible thing by trying to call yourself a certain type of people, and you really don't belong to them people. Because what you're doing is you're lying to yourself, and you're having an orphan syndrome, which black people have.
Disgrace to your race.
Shout out to Umar, fucking Leo energy. Look, but dig this. Whenever we go into a certain culture after leaving the white man's indoctrinations, we'll try to attach ourselves to another people's culture, like that motherfucking orphan who's looking for a home, looking for a new home. And we got to stop doing that, because it's detrimental to our growth as an individual. And then it is also a disrespect to those actual people, because there are actual Moors, there are actual Moabites, there are actual people that come from that. And that's not the only one, because you niggas try to be Israelites and all of that, when there are actual Israelites. There are actual motherfucking, you can go to Ethiopia.
Yeah, I like to call them Negro lights.
You can go to Eritrea. You can go to places in Africa and find real people.
What was the second Black Republic after Haiti? Because I know Haiti became the first Black Republic, but what was the second?
That's a good question. It's a good question. But the thing to know is the Confederacy that formed America was based off of a Moorish science. Because these people had already crossed the Atlantic Ocean. So they were guiding a lot of these Europeans over here. So we got to already realize what we're calling republic.
So it was the Dominican Revolution of 1865.
Yeah.
So
these were the first motherfuckers to fight back. But then we got to go ahead and call it a republic just because the Europeans are already involved.
Yeah.
And see, this was given to these motherfuckers by the Moors.
They was not about to be no slaves. They said, fuck that.
Straight up. So yeah, Haiti and the Dominican Republic is the same island. So it makes sense for those people to be the first two because it's on the same plot of land. And during this revolution, they had a revolution from the British and the French. Them damn Frenchmen thought that them niggas was gonna be soft or something, man. They got their ass whooped. That's why you see a little bit of French speaking motherfuckers in Haiti, or it's an amalgamation of the French shit into the native tongue that was already there. And then you see Spanish speaking motherfuckers in the Dominican Republic because they went to war with them Spaniard motherfuckers. And this was like in the 1400s. This was in the beginning when all this shit was getting kicked off. So yeah, man, it's a lot of shit. You can say your ancestors went through all of that shit just for you niggas to do what y'all doing today. Come on, man. Y'all not meant to bring Egypt back. Y'all not meant to bring none of that shit back. Y'all meant to build something new. And as long as y'all looking in the past to fucking create an answer, that's not gonna work. Y'all need to use the past as a foundation for what you're gonna build in the future. You can't resurrect nothing because nothing's new under the sun. It's gonna come back, but it comes back in the form of another through your work. The formless coming back into form, and that's through the form of another. That's transformation. That's transition. You niggas want to see the exact same thing come back. And if you really knew it, that's white folk thinking. Because them motherfuckers don't know how to do nothing but repeat or replicate or clone something. Because that's what they are. They're a graft of the original. So that's all they know how to do is make inorganic. Or to take something that was already your model and repurpose it, recreate it. Make it the same thing, but tweak it just a little bit so that it's not recognized to be the same thing. So hell yeah, you niggas are still in Egypt with that motherfucking pyramid on the back of your dollar bill. And you still worshiping it too. Yeah.
Worshiping Anubis.
Got a priesthood over your fucking head. It's the same thing. So let's say that real quick. You niggas love Egypt so much, but what is Egypt really? As far as the record that you niggas love, it's the priesthood that kept the record alive. So y'all worship the government of that time. It's lostness, y'all. We got to realize what the symbols mean and take that for what it is and stop being obsessed over some group of people like they was the ultimate people. You are the ultimate people. But if you use your ultimateness for mundane shit, yeah, you Hancock. You Hancock, bro. You a superhero, but you a bum, bro. Go sit on the Tark stop and rap. All you niggas swear y'all about to get the next deal. Go sit on the Tark stop and rap, bro. Man. You Hancock, bro. Straight up. We gotta
actually rap. Like, I'm not trying to hear you just rap about your balls and pussy and money and weed. Like, I don't. And enough of the gun and drug bars. Like, that shit is so.
This is the same replication energy that we talking about. The repeating of the program. This is how mind control works. It's a traumatization or an initiation of that traumatization,
of the extermination,
and then it's repeated.
Say it again, brother.
Pounded into your head. So it's like, as long as you niggas continue to rap about drugs, guns, exploitation of women,
and your balls,
you are going to manifest this in a reality. You are going to recapitulate that version of reality. You're going to make that more solid. You're going to make that more real. women and men are gonna further separate more and more, and y'all just gonna be only fans of these bitches. All y'all just gonna only be fans.
And let me tell you something to all you fucking simps and all you fucking maggles, aka what I like to call male hyenas. Stop that simping shit. We got to stop that. Don't put these bitches on a pedestal, because like he said, only fans, yeah, you gonna be her only fan. You gonna be acting like her only motherfucking fan. Or really, you need to be your only fan. But if you treat her like a celebrity, guess what? She gonna treat your ass like a fan.
Straight up, man. This is a time for everybody to focus on self. Like, stop getting in.
Because the numerology behind 2023 is a 7-year. I know I'm a life path number 7, damn it. I know. That's why I'm online so early at a young age. I'm only 23, bro. And I'm just, yeah. And this makes sense with what's been going on with me lately. Like, yes, I'm trying to get in touch with my spirit guide. So,
and it's like, we got to get online now, because at this point, who ain't online is getting left behind. You niggas is really there, bro. Like, y'all ass is hay. Y'all ass is grass, bro.
Grass.
For real, man, it's not cool. Because at the end of the day, we all we got. And if we working with 10% of people who's really looking to build and make this future brighter for our community, then that's only 10% of the community that's gonna thrive. Because the other 90% ain't getting. We not putting you niggas on our shoulder. We not about to drag a bunch of dead weight. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. We done sat down. We done sat here and we wanted to kill each other for 20, 30 years
like,
after King.
And like you said, this is really a good time to focus on self, because like it's 2023, it's a 7-year numerology wise, but let's get into the astrology. Like Mercury, today's the 2nd. We in the middle of Pisces season right now, so we officially wrapping up the winter, or the so-called 2022, entering into the new year astrologically. So we got Mercury that just went into Pisces today, and then we got a major shift happening this month, especially on the 7th. Pay attention, like stay spiritually strapped, don't get washed under the current. We got Saturn moving into motherfucking Pisces, along with the full moon in Virgo. So it's a bunch of opposition energy. So in that, I feel like that day, like it's boy. And then you got the 25th, Mars goes into debilitated ass Cancer. Mars don't like to be there. So have control over your motherfucking emotions. And then right now you currently got Venus, I think it's either trining or conjuncting Jupiter. So take advantage of that time. It's in Aries. And pretty soon Venus is about to go into Taurus. And then on the 21st, yeah, I think it is the 21st that it goes into Taurus. And then on the 23rd, that's really when that day, I think the tone will be set for what's to come in the next decade.
Absolutely.
Or the 21st century, because that is when Pluto goes into motherfucking Aquarius.
Man. That's
and
two big Titan energies. That's a big shift right there.
This is the age that we're in. So this
you gotta recognize it, man.
You got AI, pay attention, everything's digital now. It's only gonna get weirder and weirder, because Aquarius is like the weird, strange, unique, individualism, humanitarian energy. So, and pay attention, all you motherfuckers that are so lost into celebrities.
Humanitarian alien. Yeah. Because we gotta, in order to really be
why you think they keep talking about UFOs and shit?
Yeah, because we gotta look at it.
Other beings that have existed.
And alien being like foreign, because the human is a collective.
Yeah.
The human is a collective. It's too many different types of humans at this point. So we got to see that what human is actually to be strange or to be extraterrestrial in nature. Because as you see on the plane, what we would try to label ourselves being like an apex predator or the most conscious individuals out of all the other species on the plane, people want to go ahead and take that much motherfucking responsibility as far as saying what human is. But we can't just go ahead and call it extraterrestrial. We can't already just call it what it is. So if we can go ahead and allow ourselves to be that malleable with what the idea of human is, we can go ahead and break down the real science of what we about to go into. We about to discover everybody's uniqueness. You about to really tap in with these star planets.
You gotta transform, because Pluto represents transformation, creation, and destruction.
Absolutely.
So, but then Saturn being in Pisces, this is about the. That's why I say all you flunked out people in religion or whatever, I'm not banging on y'all, but that Saturn being in Pisces for the next 2 years, this is really about to put y'all's faith and shit to the test. Like, all right. So, because like what y'all want to call doomsday or the Exodus, this is it. We in the doomsday. We in the Exodus.
And
like,
it's gonna be
it has started.
It's gonna be covering beliefs in all kinds of different ways, because like a lot of people
in the age of knowing.
Your belief and your knowings, all this shit's about to be tested all together and through different ways. You may believe a certain thing and then you find out something else and you know better now, so it's gonna be like, the test is, are you gonna still believe what you've been believing? Or then it may be happening the other way. A belief may restructure what you thought you knew. So we're gonna see this energy play out different ways, and it's gonna be contingent upon your personal alignment. I always like to add that in, because there is a nature versus nurture factor to what we're calling a zodiac, or what we're calling astrology. And that's your motherfucking individual Maseroth, or how your zodiac aligns personally. So we got to see that is how it's going to play out. Some people are going to have it harder during this time than others, but hard ain't a bad thing. Hard is growth. A lot of our people want to flunk out whenever it gets hard, but we can't do that, because now you disallow yourself to benefit from the parts of creation that are trying to grow you. So we got to go ahead and get into that and not run from ourselves anymore. This is the main thing with this, because this change in belief, this shift in knowledge is going to give you the opportunity to tell yourself the truth about who you really believe you are, or what you really believe it means to know what you think knowledge is even about. Because sometimes what we've conceived to be knowledge or information, we've been misinformed. This is going to be a long period, where all of that is going to be hashed out. People ain't going to be able to go around here spreading fake ass knowledge. This shit is all about to get weeded out. So with that being said, if you following some of these movements, you might get washed under the current, because you're going to be figuring out at the last moment, damn, I've been on a sinking ship this whole damn time. You can best believe they done been and set these booby traps in this reality for you. And some of these shits is called Black Lives Matter.
With a lot of these women out here, like, pay attention.
That's like another one. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't just about religion, family. It's about, your motherfucking sexual orientation and what you believe relationships are, what the values of your relationships are. It's about how you're looking at yourself as a people, as an ethnicity, as a solar plex. So as an individual, this has to do with your own life experience. A lot of this is intimate anyway, because you got to realize a lot of these Titan planets are dealing with your deepest subconscious parts of your mind, having to do with your dreams, having to do with your transformation, having to do with things that are very interpersonal to that said mind, body, spirit complex. So if we see it on an individual level, then we'll be doing that work, which is going to help the community as a whole. But we got to be able to see it on an individual level, because if we still caught into this blaming game, if we still point the finger at other people, we're not utilizing the alignments of these planets and these properties in the way that they should be, and you're going to be going in disharmony against what the universe is trying to offer you. Because right now we got an opportunity to leave some of this lostness behind, because some of this shit ain't knowledge. It's a scapegoat, or it's an agenda. And to call it knowledge, we can say, yeah, it's knowledge in the form of a hard lesson, especially if it's something that you don't really need to be following. So yeah, man, we just gotta
learn how to lead and trust yourself. And that's what spirituality teaches you.
Straight up. Real shit. It's real shit, man. I'm trying to tell you, because this is what is gonna make, that's really what it sums this time period up to be. In the next 20 years, we'll have new leaders. There's going to be a whole shift. We're going to see who is willing to carry the torch. And everybody else, they either going to be lost in the darkness, or they're going to go ahead and start restructuring, destroying certain things that don't belong to their reality, and rebuilding and creating in new places. Look at the word new. N-E-W. If we put a K on the front of it, it has to do with new, like what you know or what you once knew. So we seeing that what is new has to do with knowledge coming to you based upon what you knew or what was old. Ain't that weird? The past tense new having to do with knowledge is the opposite of new being something like now. The new, which, and look, and then if you put a K on now, is what we know. Man, this language don't make no damn mistake. So we got to move into the future knowing what we're coming from, because that way we won't go back. We won't be going back in a loop and then getting lost under the same energy when Pluto clearly wants you to motherfucking kill yourself, nigga. It wants you to, it wants you to destroy yourself and become new. What is the symbol? What is another symbol for the Scorpio? It's the motherfucking phoenix rising from the ashes. You guys gotta be able to recognize astrology outside of the zodiac, because then if you can do that, then you can take astrology and convert it to other religions or other pantheons and mythologies. You can take astrology and convert it to tarot cards. These symbols are supposed to be able to be multiversatile for you, but the only way you're going to be able to adapt into that is to see the symbols as a form of self, which gets, you got to get out of worshiping. You got to stop glorifying this stuff. You got to stop being so proud to be a Leo. You got to stop being so proud to be a Virgo. I'm not banging on any of you signs in particular, because every sign has some form of self-pride. That is how it would become a solar plex or ego or a house to begin with. So with that being said, don't get too duped out in this shit, because right now the planets that's going to be really going hard on your ass is all these retrograde planets furthest away from the sun, or furthest away from your fucking solar plex, furthest away from your identity, furthest away from your ego. Your subconscious mind going to be trying to deliver some hardcore lesson for your ass. And if you ignore them, this reality is going to literally be whooping your goddamn ass, bro. I hope you're ready for it, bro. For real. Because a lot of you niggas is going to be hard-headed to this message. Y'all going to keep going on thinking you don't need a man. You're going to keep on going on saying money over bitches. Y'all going to keep on going on with this damn leave it in God's hands. Or in other words, I ain't banging on nobody who prays or none of that. But if you going to pray and then not do nothing else about it, bro, you're going to be lost, bro. You giving your motherfucking entropy or energy that you don't know how to use, you're giving it to an ethereal X force. X in motherfucking algebra is an unknown the motherfucking equation
that they want you to find.
Exactly. So with that being said, it's just energy loss. And then you'll find it later in a harder lesson when the energy orbits back around. You'll be like, damn, this is a lot of the shit that we do in this reality. Sometimes our gut feeling gives us a chance to hurry up and exit the situation or just go through with it. So then later when it comes back and be like, damn, I knew I should have listened to myself. Straight up. That's what I mean, bro. Y'all don't want to be stuck under these new energies, having them feelings after a year from now, because everything that we done just talked about as far as where the world is going, we have described physically what is happening, and then also Ty just gave you a whole rundown of the planets and what they're doing as above to the so below. The madness that you seeing taking place here. It ain't no damn coincidence. We about to recalibrate into a new understanding of self.
And we got until April to really take advantage of this energy, because no planets are in retrograde until April. So.
Yes, and this new recalibration, it can come through in the form of people aligning themselves and flowing with the ebbs and the flow that comes naturally with the cosmic influx. Or you can go against the current and learn some hard ass lessons and be like, damn, I told myself, damn, that person been trying to tell me, damn, I should have stayed away from that person when I was on my path. Damn, woo, woo, woo. Yeah, y'all gonna be seeing that the only path is yours. Mm-hmm. That's the only true path. The path is the way, is the freedom. There ain't no discrimination. That's all the same thing to the creator. The path is the way, is the freedom, because your path is your way of doing things, which is your free will. We got to really see they're all the same thing. And if you don't take your path, that means that you in enslavement still, because you following someone else's path. There's nothing wrong with following, but can you be a leader equally? Mm-hmm. Are the people that you follow, are they people that'll follow you? Can we walk together into this shit? And if we can't, we have to walk our own paths until they meet again. And now we're more synchronized.
Like
and
how they did at the end of church, that till we meet.
Look, man, but we gonna leave it on that note, man. It's been a real build right here. Ty the Alchemist, man, came through with your boy. Y'all already know who it is. Wild Card coming through with that motherfucking Kai, coming at you with that dark side. We gotta stay tuned in. We gonna hit you niggas again soon, real soon. Stay tuned.